We do have that Doom Cannon situated in the mid there. So with the cannons flanking as well, that made me really nervous. So we decided to keep that Doom Cannon and Cannon Shock while we worked on that right side, just ignoring the mortars, making our way to the engine room. We had a preemie. I am forever cursed here. But as that's that first daily there. Remember, a lot of players would have picked up an iron, but most players could also see the potential of hitting gold, and instead of why pick up 1 gold chest when you could pick up 3. I can't believe how much of a struggle this has been. 1 account down, 2 more to go. Finally. And the best part about Captain Borealis account hitting gold right now is that I've stayed disciplined and I've kept 2 daily chests in iron for the hopes of pushing gold, and that discipline has paid off, because at the end of this video I will be collecting rank 16 chest plus the 2 daily gold chests, and I will be unlocking 5 ER, but we're gonna save that for another video. In today's video I'm gonna talk about how Captain Borealis was able to hit gold rank by continuing yesterday's aggressive 4 ER strategy. Let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, and yes, good evening, Skull Army and friends. It's your boy, your friendly neighborhood SkullCrusher, coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. And in today's video, aggressive 4 ER strategy, continuing from yesterday's video, but with Captain Borealis instead of SkullCrusher, and a completely different log than what we were experiencing yesterday. And when I mean what a struggle this has been, what a struggle this has been. We had a couple boss fights for gold already lost here. Shout out to my Chinese character friend over here. Shout out to the Vixen over here. But then that's the thing about Warships here, is sometimes all you need is just that right lineup of matches for things to go your way. And after an abysmal 6 games here with 5 losses and 1 win, where most players would eventually kind of throw in the towel, collect their iron chests, and call it a day, you just got to pick yourself up and go right back in there. If Warships has taught me anything, it's that I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never gonna knock me down, but Warships will knock you down again, and it will continue to knock you down. It's just all about how many times you keep getting up, keep pushing forward. We have a saying in this community: never give up, never surrender. And in Warships, you fight to the very end. And that's exactly what it took here. Shout out to Ahmad Hannibal here, Alu Fabian, and then of course, I think Sip City here, but that was the boss fight to gold here. So the tech is exactly the same from yesterday's video here. Of course, you know, Gumboat, I think we've increased a little bit to tick 4 here. Max landing craft, that better be. Shocks are not maxed on this account. I think we are at tick 4. Of course, troop damage is at 50%. As long as you have these nodes unlocked, you will be able to do these attacks here. You will be able to push for gold. The higher the level they are, the more they will benefit the attack here. And of course, your flare tick 3, I don't think anybody needs a tick 4 flare here. And then troop health also at 50%. So my stats are a little bit higher on this account here versus SkullCrusher. Captain Borealis is getting it done here. Before we do dive on in and showcase the push to gold here, Skull Army and friends, if you are enjoying these daily videos, please do not forget to leave a like. It does mean the absolute world to me, does help the channel grow, and yes, of course, it does appease our YouTube algorithm overlords. Thank you, my friends. Peace, love, and respect. And the attacks will be as aggressive as we did witness yesterday with regards to the Rocket Chopper and Seeker attacks. And I think we even do have 1 or 2 full Rocket Chopper attacks here. So depending on the layout, Skull Army, take your time, scout it. Sometimes a full Rocket Chopper attack will work better than a split Seeker attack with the Rocket Choppers. So honestly, they give you scout time for a reason. You don't have to use all 60 seconds, but take your time, you know, take that base in for that first 10-15 seconds. You know, you don't always have to rush in, but you know, sometimes it is fun rushing in. So, all right, we're going to start things off here with a mod handhaul here. This was 308 to 238. Starting things off with a full fleet of rocket choppers on that far left side of the ramp. And what I like about here is we kept it tight along the left side here, directly flaring that cannon. We did take an L though, but you know what? 8 rocket choppers, 7 left. That's nothing to worry about here. Shocking the Doom cannon as the RCs do progress to that mid ER. We did take out that cannon as we followed up shock on the Doom cannon. And here is the aggressive flare here. Forgetting the Doom cannon as we take out that top right and then follow up with the mid top right there. Absolutely insane. Pretty sure that Doom cannon did take out at least 2 or 3 rocket choppers. Moving into a Savage 317 to 305. This one I really like. You're going to see 6 rocket choppers coming out on that far right side of the ramp here and directly flaring that first engine room. Why? Because it's all splash damage defense up front. As we take out that first ER and flare the further up top right, we do cycle a shock on the cannons and then aggressively flare over to that mid ER. While that's going on, you are going to see a delayed drop of 2 bolts of Seekers on the far left side of the ramp with a shock coming out to pin down that Doom cannon and machine gun. Beautiful job there, and that's how we were able to pull off a 317. Fabian, another Savage 317. I wasn't kidding when these times were up there. See, you got to be fast and you got to be aggressive here. Fabian 317 to 306. This was an aggressive split seeker hit here with 6 bolts of rocket choppers coming out on that far left side of the ramp here. You're going to see a shock pinning down that cannon. We probably could have taken the L, but at the same time, you're going to see 2 bolts of seekers coming out on that far right side of the ramp with their target being that lower right engine room. Fantastic job. No need to shock anything while the top left rocket choppers make their way around to finish the top right engine room. And the boss fight here, you've always got to give a shout out to the boss fight, whether you win or lose here. Shout out to the Sip City here, 311 to 307. This probably could have gone either way. Now, this one was a little bit sloppy here. This was 1 boat of heavies with 7 boats of rocket choppers, all deployed on the far right side of the ramp here. And as you can see, we do have that Doom cannon situated in the mid there. So with the cannons flanking as well, that made me really, really nervous. So we decided to keep that Doom cannon in cannon shock while we worked on that right side, just ignoring the mortars, making our way to the engine room. We had a preemie. I am forever cursed here. But as you can see, aggressively flaring, shocking as needed, working our way from mid to left, and that was the boss fight for gold. Boom! Goes the dynamite. So it's not always sunshine and lollipops when it comes to warships and pushing. Sometimes it's being kicked when you're down, lemon juice and salt in the wound, but remember, you got to pick yourself back up and keep pushing forward. That is like literally the #1 rule when it comes to warships, but an absolutely successful push into gold after a continuous struggle, but picking myself up and moving forward. And as promised, I am saying sayonara to 4 engine room on the Captain Borealis account. Keep in mind, I do still have 2 more accounts to catch up with on 4 engine room. Excited to stream that gameplay on SkullCrusher and Sugarship 3.0 SkullCrusher. So here we go. Gold chest. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the discipline is paying off here. So that's that first daily there. Remember, a lot of players would have picked up an iron, but most players could also see the potential of hitting gold. And instead of why pick up 1 gold chest when you could pick up 3? And oh, that feels so good, and it's such a sigh of relief too, and just a good feeling when you stay true and disciplined, and you collect gold chests instead of iron chests there. And now we should have enough to make that plunge, that deep dive into 5 engine room. We're not going to build the layout, but this is going to be exciting here because moving into day 4 of Boom Beach Warships season 61 after the storm with a successful gold push on Captain Borealis. We're going 5 engine room. So let's collect all that because we'll build that later. Skull Army and friends, thank you so much for the peace, love, and respect here. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are for 4 engine room gameplay. Are you using rocket choppers? Are you using seekers? Or are you crazy enough and using both paired together with the occasional stylish heavies for mine clearing? We will officially be wrapping up today's video. It's now time to make like a Tom and cruise.
I'm an actor.
Peace!